Hello, fight fans. I'm that boxing writer, Jeremy Harridges, and welcome as we get ready to talk about the Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul fight night. That's what this video is primarily going to be talking about. But before we get to that, just want to say welcome to all the new subscribers that I have on my channel. It was very unexpected, but very happy to have you guys discover the channel and to come along and join in. Most of you guys probably saw the last two interviews that I had, which were with Deji and Anis Gibb. And they got a lot of attention, a lot more than I expected. One of the things that I see a lot of people talking about in the comments, first of all, you guys have been amazing. The comments that you guys have left, the kind words, everything that you guys have put out there has been really, really inspiring, good-natured. It's just really made me happy to hear so many nice things from people. And I greatly appreciate the new subscribers. Would love to continue to add subscribers, so feel free to like this video and subscribe if you've never seen one of my videos before. But very grateful for all of the new subscribers, and again the nice things that you guys have said about me. I really do appreciate it, and it really does mean a lot to me. I've been trying to like and respond when I can and things of that nature. So a like or a heart has been my response primarily, because I've been trying to still juggle all the different things going on. A lot of email messages on social media. Again, I wish I could get to everybody. I'm overwhelmed by how much love there was from those two videos. So I'm very happy for that. But yeah, so talking about how I got those interviews, right? Everyone's like, how did you have 104 subscribers at the time? How did you get these interviews? Well, if you kind of take a look at my track record, I am a sports journalist that focuses on boxing. So I've written for numerous publications, and I've been doing it since 2011. Currently, I'm the lead boxing contributor for Fansided.com, and I interview a lot of different boxers. I mean, that's the focus here is boxing. I've interviewed a bunch of big names, whether it's Deontay Wilder many times, Tyson Fury, Gervonta Davis, and the list can go on and on and on. Now, all those interviews always aren't on video. A lot of times they're phone interviews and just, through the voice, but they're out there. If you go through my fan-sided collection over the last few years, you'll see all the interviews that I get, and I interview boxers, weekly. But now, with the way things are in this age of Zoom, it's actually easier to do a Zoom interview than it is to do a phone interview. It's just a lot more conducive and a lot easier to do. So whenever I have the good fortune to be doing a Zoom interview with a boxer, usually I'll say, hey, I'm going to record it. I'll put it up on my YouTube page, and then I'll embed it into my article. And that was the same thing here, right? I got, I was covering, doing a story on YouTubers and boxing, talking, about that Social Gloves event that both Deji and Anis Gibb are going to be in. So, they're doing publicity and things like that. So we talked via Zoom, and like I said, I threw it up on the YouTube channel. I embedded both interviews into the article I ended up writing. By the way, make sure to go to fansided.com/boxing and look for the interview. It is up there. Why YouTubers Fight, according to Anis Gibb and Deji. So that one's up there. You can see the final product of what that's for. But yeah, really my YouTube channel, it wasn't like they were doing an interview for a YouTube channel. They were doing an interview for an outlet with the end goal, the primary goal being the written work. And that's always what my interviews are about. It's not, usually the video is a complementary piece to the article. In this case, it turned out the video was the main content, which isn't always the case, which is usually not the case. So a little bit different the way this one played out than most of the videos that I put out there. They got a lot of attention, and I'm thankful for it. But again, one day, this time yesterday, before I posted everything up in the morning, I had 104 subscribers, and a little over 24 hours later, I'm at like 1,100 subscribers. So right there, that tells you the power of social media influencers. It works, right? They have a huge following. You guys followed Deji. You guys followed Anis and Gib. You became aware of me, and some of you guys just liked what you saw, liked my interviewing style, and jumped on board. And man, yeah, I got to say this, between Anis and Gib and Deji, they have some incredible fans. You guys are loyal. You guys are passionate, and you guys care about them. And I'm very touched and flattered that you guys saw something in my interview style that made you guys subscribe, that made you write some of the nice comments that you did and to reach out. Again, I want you guys to know I'm incredibly appreciative. And, I always hoped that when I started this YouTube channel that, yeah, it'd be an outlet for some of my video interviews. But I'm not going to lie, I have aspirations in being in front of the camera, doing boxing commentary and boxing analysis. I think most boxing journalists want to get to that point. And I saw this as kind of my practice grounds, that I can practice in front of the camera here and kind of build up my chops as a public speaker and someone that wants to be in that analysis realm someday. Hey, I don't know if it's ever going to happen, but you don't know unless you try. And that was the main idea here. I never tried to do this in order to be a quote unquote YouTuber. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it was just like, oh, I'm just something to have fun with and just to talk boxing, right? I love boxing. I want to talk boxing with some people. So if some people watch my videos and they're interested in boxing and we end up having a dialogue about it, great. That's what the whole idea was for. But again, having the opportunity to talk to Deji and Anis and Gib, which thank you, Deji and Anis and Gib, for the time. I'm very appreciative. But I was given my pick who I could interview. And, I'm not really into, I don't know a whole lot of the social influencers. I'm not a big social media guy, to be quite honest. I mean, I comment on Twitter and stuff, and I have an Instagram page and all that, but it's never been something that that I've had like a great acumen for it. Let's put it that way. And I don't know a lot of the big YouTubers and social media stars, but I knew them because I'd seen them box before. And I knew that they had a passion for it and that they really enjoyed it. And I'd seen them in action. So, when given the opportunity, I said, yeah, I'd love to talk to them, about boxing, because I saw that they had a passion for boxing, that they cared about the sport. And again, I had this idea, I want to get to the bottom of, why do YouTubers fight? Why do they box? What's the draw? Is it just about money, or is it about something more? And, talking to Anis and Gib and Deji, I think they did a great job explaining themselves. They were both very forthcoming and honest in their responses. Both tremendously nice guys, very kind, very down to earth. Great interviews, both of them. I know we had some internet connection issues from time to time, but I still thought that the interviews came off really well. And again, I'm very grateful for their time and the fact that they did it. But yeah, I figured, hey, I might get, a couple hundred views, maybe 1,000 views, because they are, social media stars. I didn't anticipate all that. I didn't anticipate 60,000 and 20-something thousand, whatever the one with Anis and Gib is up to now. I didn't anticipate all that, no. And in that aspect, I learned a valuable lesson. That look at this YouTube channel. If it can go from 104 subscribers to 1,000 plus in one day, because the following of Anis and Gib and Deji were brought here, and they liked what they saw, and just a fraction of their followers said, you know what, I like this guy. I like his interview style. I like the positivity. I like what he's doing with boxing. Follow or subscribe. That shows you the power of social media. And I think in a microcosm, that shows you why boxing is bringing social media influencers into boxing. It makes perfect sense. Again, using my channel as an example, if you bring in, you know, a social media influencer that wants to box and put them on a legitimate boxing card, you are going to get some of their followers that come on board and like what they see, or maybe they see the story of a boxer on there that they really appreciate, and, you know, just a fraction of them. That's enough attention to get something started and to maybe get a little breakout attention for that person. You know, I got just a small amount of subscribers from them, which was a lot of subscribers to me. But, you know, if that does that for this channel, imagine what that could do for a Triller or a DAZN or a Showtime. It makes sense. So in my article, the short of it, giving you kind of the summary, it really talks about why there can be a successful partnership between social media stars and professional boxing. It can work. And again, if you're willing to get in the ring and you're willing to get punched in the face, more power to you. Give them a shot. So that was kind of the gist of my article. That was kind of the gist of everything that was going on there. So I wanted to put that out there. Hey, Triller, DAZN, Showtime, you know, if you ever, you know, I think it would be great for those programs, right? Those, if they're going to bring in social media influencers and they have like a premier talent that's maybe not getting that type of attention, show the people their stories, right? If you had a Jake Paul, like he's going to be on Showtime fighting Tyron Woodley, and you had someone like Jaron Ennis, who I think is the best welterweight in the world right now. If you had him and someone doing a biographical breakdown with Jake Paul's followers, and you really showed Jake Paul's followers who Jaron Ennis is, I guarantee you could get a fraction of those followers because of his talent and who he is as a person. He's probably the best fighter that not enough people know about. And I'm telling you right now, he is the future of the welterweight division. So that would be where the social media influence could help a guy like Jaron Ennis. And I'm not saying he's not famous or anything, but the social media followings of a Jake Paul is on a different level, of a Deji, of an Anis Gibb, on a different level. And that could change it. That could break someone out there. So if Showtime, DAZN, or Triller ever needs someone, a boxing journalist that needs to, you know, go behind the scenes and help show the story of maybe a fighter that deserves more attention than they're getting, hey, I'm up for it. Bring me on. I'll do it. That's what I like to do. I like to tell people stories. You know, I ask questions. They're not always, they're always questions with a purpose, right? If there's something that people want to know about, I'm going to ask it. I try to be, show no bias. I try to be right down the middle, but I try to be investigative with it. And again, with Anis Gibb and Deji, I was just, you know, curious to hear their stories. How did they get into it? Why did they do it? And I thought they did a phenomenal job, and thanks to both of them again. And thank you guys for subscribing. And I hope to have more subscribers, and I hope you guys stick around and like what you see. So tonight, we've got Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul, the fight that everyone's talking about. And people, again, are debating all the crazy stuff that's out there. What's this going to be like? And, are you going to watch it? Are you going to buy it? And people are going to buy it. It's Floyd Mayweather and it's Logan Paul. People are going to buy it. Yeah, do we probably know what the end result's going to be? Sure, right? But it's an exhibition. And as I said in previous posts and in previous videos, look at it as entertainment, right? It's an exhibition. These types of exhibitions, although maybe not always with a social media influencer, have been around. There have been exhibitions where we see, whether it's celebrities versus a professional or so on, they're there. So yeah, give it a chance. Be entertained by it. And most people are going to watch it because I want to see what's going to happen, right? There's that question mark. Do we assume that Paul's going to lose? Sure. But there's that oddity that grips people in the right way to see 189.5 pounds man in Paul versus 155-pound Mayweather. What's that going to look like? What is the difference between a 50-0 boxer and an 0-1 boxer, regardless if they're separated by nearly 35 pounds? What's that going to look like? So there's just the curiosity that's driving it. But there are other good fights on the card. Unfortunately, one of them got wrecked. Thanks, Jean Pascal. Badou Jack versus Jean Pascal 2. That would have by far have been the best fight on this card, and now we don't have it because Jean Pascal tested positive for now 4 different PEDs. And now we've got this substitute last-second replacement, Dervin Colina. You never know what's going to happen in a boxing match, and I have not seen any footage on Dervin Colina. That's what I'm actually going to do after this, is go get some footage and see what I see and see if there's anything there. He's got good numbers, but against not very high-caliber resume fighters. I think he's 15-0 with 13 knockouts, so he's got power. If you can knock someone out, you've got power. So I'm interested to see that fight. Who knows? Maybe Dervin can pull an upset against Badou Jack. We'll see. That one contracted at 177 pounds, 2 pounds heavier than the division limit, which is 175. So a bit interesting there. Don't know what this backstory is behind that, but that's what they contracted it as, basically a catchweight. And then another exhibition bout with Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco fighting Brian Maxwell, MMA fighter and bare knuckler. I took a look at his record. I think he's lost like his last 3 or 4 bouts. You know, there was one boxing bout in there, and the rest were, I think he lost like 2 or 3 BKFC, bare knuckle fighting championship fights in a row. Hey, you know, is it a great record? No. Is that record really gonna scare you? No. But he's got experiences. He's been in rings. He's been in octagons. He's been in circles is what the BKFC has. So he has experience. So he's willing to step in there. Chad Johnson, what's he going to look like? I don't know. He's a former NFL receiver. He's got the body for it. He's got the athleticism. But as we've seen with professional athletes, that always doesn't translate into being a good boxer. He's been working with the Charlo twins, so that says something. So it'll be interesting to see what he's got going on. So that's what we got there. What do I expect to see? I don't think I talked about Jarrett Hurd versus Luis Arias. Jarrett Hurd, former super welterweight champion. I thought at one point the best super welterweight in the world, fighting Luis Arias in kind of a comeback fight of sorts. I mean, he's fought once since losing his titles to Julian Williams. Arias doesn't have, you know, he's got a solid record. I think he's only lost 2 times. But you would suspect that Hurd's gonna win this one. Now, how is he gonna look? That's the thing. Hurd was a great fighter. Where is he at now? He's only 30 years old, but he's kind of in between styles. He used to be kind of a come at you, fighter. Now he's trying to be more of a boxer. Does it come full circle? Does he show that he's got something new that can propel him back up? That's one of the interesting storylines there as well. So tonight, if you don't want to buy the fight on Showtime Pay-Per-View or fanmeo.com, and if you order through them, you actually get a free shirt. Hey, why not? Shirts are cool. Might want to do that. I'll be doing the recap of the Hurd versus Arias fight for fansided.com, and I'll be doing a live round-by-round recap for Mayweather versus Paul. How do I see that one playing out? I mean, I see Floyd Mayweather maybe taking his time, having some fun for 3 rounds, and then ending the show. Then I'm going to look good in front of all these people watching. So I think he might give people some rounds, maybe break Logan Paul down over the next few rounds and, wait till round 3 and then boom, that's it. Floyd Mayweather can punch. I know people look at his knockout rating and they're like, he's not the best knockout puncher. He's going to hurt Paul, I think. So I suspect a 3rd round stoppage from Floyd Mayweather. Hey, maybe it goes longer than that. But as we saw with Conor McGregor, he let that go till 9.5 rounds. He could have stopped it earlier. I think this one goes 3, though. That's my prediction. So we'll see if I'm right. But again, I'll be doing the live round by round for that for fansided.com. You can find that at fansided.com/boxing. Check it out. Like I said, I'll be doing that round by round stuff up there. And hey, make sure to leave me comments. Let me know what you want to see next. What type of stuff do you want from me? What do you want to know about? Questions, comments, everything is welcome. Leave them down below. Again, if you're a new viewer, subscribe. And I appreciate all the love and support. It means a lot to me, guys, and I'm glad that you found me. Monday, tomorrow's Monday. I'm not used to having fights on Sunday. Tomorrow, I do have an interview with maybe one of those young fighters that you don't know about. His name is Xander Zayas, young welterweight prospect, 18 years old, 8-0, 75% KO rating. Interview with him is going to be going live. And of course, as always, the article will be up on fansided.com/boxing. So thank you guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time.